So what do I tell the other kids when they ask about you?
Tell them that everything is going to be just fine.
What's cellar door?
This famous linguist once said that of all the phrases in the English language, of all the endless combinations of words in all of history, that cellar door is the most beautiful.
Cellar door.
On July 12, 1984, Ivan was standing with his death in a electric chair for the final command. His whole execution process is one of several recorded and more or less narrated on audio. Stanley was the 14th person to be executed by electric chair since 1976 when he ran on the death penalty was revoked. He was led into the death chamber by 1205 a.m. and he instead at 12 p.m. The whole process, including preparation, administering the bolts, and a 5-minute body cleaning period took 19 minutes. Take a listen.
Moving, he's just sitting there very passively staring out at the witness. currently not moving. The leg band has been secured to the condemned's right leg, and also the headset has been secured to his head. Perspiration is now being wiped forward of the condemned, and he is secure and ready for execution with the exception of the hood being placed over his head and the wires being attached to the leg band and to the headset. Electrician now has entered the execution chamber and is in the process of securing the wires to the headset. Moving very well. It's a good time to do it right now. Stand still. Mickey, put William Hill on. Come on. William? Okay, Attorney General's here. Okay. Bill, it's mine. Yeah. You got any reason why the execution can be carried out? No, I don't. Thank you. All right. Colonel Elliott, Colonel Lowe? Yes. Mickey, the wires have been attached and secured to the headset and to the leg band. The perspiration has been wiped again from the condemned forward, and the hood is being placed on at this time. This is Commissioner. Yep. So no saying you can proceed to carry out the 6 order report. Very well. Lock in on the switch. Pressure button. 1, 2, 3. Colonel Lowe? Yes. Mickey? Execution is now in progress. When it first surge entered his body, he stiffened, and I heard a pop as if one of the straps broke, but I can't tell from this vantage point. He is still at this time sitting there with clenched fist with no other movement. Slowly relaxing at this time. The first phase of the execution is completed. We are now into the second phase. The second phase is completed at this time. We are now into the third and final phase. From my vantage point, it seems that the inmate has relaxed somewhat. His fists are still clenched, but there is no movement from the condemned. There's still no movement from the individual. He's still just sitting there. His third phase completed. We're still into the third phase. Third phase of the execution is completed. We're now to the 5 minutes left time. Colonel Lowe, Mickey, we have now completed 5 minutes left time. Stand by, so the doctors are now preparing to enter the execution. The first physician has completed his examination. The second is now in the process of making his check. The second doctor has now completed his examination. The third and final doctor is in the process of making his check. The examination is completed. Stand by for the superintendent's time of death and confirmation of death. The superintendent has advised all witnesses that death did occur at 12:24. Yes, sir.
If I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. Thee. So I've set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth, I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions, just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Time for the big giveaway. Halloween has come. All you lucky kids with silver shamrock masks, gather round your TV set, put on your masks, and watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns, gather round and watch. Watch the magic pumpkin. Watch.
Hello? 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 Hey, quiet! It's him again! The Mona!
He's expanded his act. What's that penguin curse? No, Claire, that's the Mormon Tabernacle Choir doing their annual obscene phone call. Listen, you pervert, why don't you go over to Lamb-Kai? They could use a little of this. Oh, why don't you go find a wall socket and stick your tongue in it? That'll be a charge. You fucking creep! Strikes again. Estes tongue in the west. That was sick. I really don't think you should provoke something like that. I'm only gonna say I get 2 of those a day. Maybe. Darling, you can't wait. Why are too much art? Come on, this is a sorority house, not a convent. See you later. Hello? 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 Hey, quiet! It's him again! The Mona! Expanded his act. What's that penguin curse? No, Claire, that's the Mormon Tabernacle Choir doing their annual obscene phone call. on, they could use a little of this. Oh, why?
Well, the unknown caller knew the phone number for Sudbrink's parents and knew he would be visited.
Bury me in the nameless earth. I came from God, the world to save. I brought them wisdom from above, worship and liberty. They slew me, for I did disparage therefore religion, law, and marriage. So be my grave without a neck, that earth may
People say I'm no good, but they never do they say why their world is so mixed up, oh, how it got that way. They all look at me and they frown. Do I really look so strange? I think it's themselves. They don't change. Everybody says you're no good, 'cause you don't do like they think you should. Do you expect them? Do you expect you to act like them? Look at the fix they're in. I don't care what they say. Just let them sit there and burn. The young might not be so dumb after all, and from the young you might even learn. Everybody says you're no good, 'cause you don't do like they think you should. You expect them to act like you. Do you expect them? You expect to act like them? You expect to see? You expect the fool to see what a pixie is? Do you expect the fool to see what a fix is in? Cardboard houses and your tin can cars. You sit there and you wonder where you are. Those diamond rings, they're all the same. You sit there and you wonder, and you There's a time for living. The time keeps on flying. Think you're loving, baby, and all you do is crying. Can you feel those feelings real? Look at your game, girl. Look at your game, girl. Imagine living in that confusion, frustration and doubt. Can you ever live without game? A sad, sad game. Mad game. Just to say you love, not you find you can't be true. You can tell those lies, baby, but your heart never fools you. Can you feel those feelings real? Look at your game, girl. Look at your game, girl. You can't feel and the feelings ain't real. Then you better stop trying, or you're gonna play crying. Stop trying, or you're gonna play crying. That's the game. Sad, sad game. Mad game. Sad
The storm is coming, Princess. The storm that will swallow the children. And I will deliver them from the kingdom. I will deliver the children back to their doorsteps. I'll send the monsters back to the underground. I'll send them back to a place where no one else can see them. Except for me. Because I'm dying dark.
Have this opportunity to talk with your family out of the way, because I believe there's an Indian living here with you.
Taylor.
That's what he calls himself now. You are in danger.
What do you mean?
I'm with an organization whose concern is families like your own, families in crisis that are preyed upon by charlatans with fake magic and false solutions. Now, I'm not expecting you to believe me now, but let me come in and talk to you about it.
This is crazy. This is nuts.
Please, open your heart and your mind to what I'm saying. He is failing. Strong hold on this family. Who do your wife and children turn with their problems? They turn to him. Now, don't they? They don't trust you anymore. Fear is that you're not I'm sweet. And I'm your friend. Let's talk about it. Let me in. Let me in. Now, before it's too late. You're gonna die in there. All of you. You are gonna die.
I live where there's no TV, there's no radio, there's no clocks, there's no electric lights. The girls carry water. They don't wear makeup. They have their babies by themselves. They go in the shack and squat down and have their babies. I live on the ground. I live on the earth. I lived in Hollywood, and I had all that. The Rolls Royce and the Ferrari, and the pad in Beverly Hills. I had the surfboard and the Beach Boys and the Beasties and the Neil Diamond and the Rob Scott and the Jimmy Clifton and Elvis Presley's and Lester Bestley's and all them guys. The Dina Martins and the Nancy Sinatras and the Gotcha Suffer and will you do it to me? I hear you do it good, honey, and all that kind of. Will you come up to my house later? So I went through all that and I seen that was a bigger prison than the one I just got out of, and I really didn't care to go back to prison. See, prison doesn't begin and end at the gate. Prison is in your mind. It's locked in one world that's dead and dying, or it's open to a world that's free and alive. Drugs, LSD, I don't consider a drug. I don't consider powder a drug. Those are more or less religiously significant awareness, mind-expanding apparatuses that come from the intelligence of the universe. The reason that the girls liked me was, hey now, I'm all around you. Hey now, up on your heart I can sing through you. And I play and I sing and they say, hey man, you got soul in that music. And I said, yeah, I play a little bit, you know. I like music. And they said, man, you're really somebody. I said, oh, I am? Oh, I just got out of jail. I don't know what somebody is. They like my music. They say, man, we want to get you over. I said, get me over for what? They said, we take you down here to Beverly Hills and we want to get you in with, because you're a star. I said, I'm a what? They said, you're a star. So they took me to the Beach Boys, and I went and I got on the surfboard and I rode around and I looked and I said, gee, Queen of Chingasos, this is more trouble than what I just got out of. You got 9, look at yourself. You got to wear that, whether you like it or not. You got to do things. You got to get up and go through all kinds of changes, whether you want to or not, doesn't matter. Your whole life is put in your paycheck. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world to do something I don't want to do. If I'm shoveling the barn and you want me to go dedicate a love song, I say, no, I'm doing something right here. I'm helping this blind man. I feel better in doing what I want to do. I did not break the law. Jesus Christ told you that 2,000 years ago. You don't understand me. That's your trouble. Not my fault because you don't understand me. I don't understand you either. But I don't spend my whole life trying to put the blame over on you because my cigarette didn't light or because something didn't work right. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I don't need to live in this physical have any idea what the hell's going on. If you knew what the hell was going on in your own system, then you'd say, now I see what's creating this. Society's creating it. Society's saying, we want these Rambos. We want these killers. Oh, wow, man. Look at that dude there. You got little kids looking in the book and where they sell it in the, oh, yeah, Sears and Roebuck. Rambo from 12 to 15. And the real world is the one I have to deal with every day. Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. The reason that the girls liked me was, hey now, I'm all around you, Hey now, up on your heart I can sing through you. And I play and I sing and say, hey man.
If you're clicking on this because of the thumbnail, yes, that did happen. I've been getting a lot of comments lately. Hey Rick, will you address the Giacomo Turra scandal that was exposed by Danny Sapko? It's a bit weird you didn't have a take on it by now. Please